Have you ever felt like there just aren't enough hours in the day? You wake up already thinking of the 100 things you need to do, work deadlines, family obligations, errands, emails, texts, and before you know it, it's bedtime again, and you're wondering where the day even went. Sound familiar? You're not alone. So many of us, especially once we hit our 30s and beyond, find ourselves juggling more responsibilities than ever before. Careers, kids, aging parents, community commitments. Life is full, but it can also feel like it's spinning out of control. And when you're constantly overwhelmed, it starts to wear on you. You feel drained, scattered, maybe even a little guilty, like you should be doing more, but you're already stretched thin. Here's the truth. It's not that you're lazy or unmotivated or bad at managing time. It's just that no one ever taught us how to take back control in the chaos of real adult life. But the good news? That's exactly what we're going to change today. In this video, we're diving into time management, not the kind that involves complicated planners or color-coded charts, unless you're into that, of course, but the kind that actually works in the real world. For people like you, who are busy, pulled in different directions, and trying to find a bit of balance without burning out. We're going to talk about real habits and simple mindset shifts that can help you move from that feeling of constant overwhelm to one of calm confidence. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll walk away with tools you can use starting today, not someday, to reclaim your time and your peace of mind. And if you've ever felt like you were just surviving your days instead of living them, then this might be the video that turns things around for you. So take a deep breath, settle in, and stay with me till the end, because every single habit I'm sharing today is like a stepping stone, and the real magic only happens when you stay for the whole journey. So let's walk this path to a stronger, calmer life together. Let's start with the first habit, saying no and meaning it. Now, I know that sounds simple, but for so many of us, it's anything but. We say yes to things out of guilt, out of habit, or just because it feels easier than dealing with disappointment or confrontation. But every time we say yes to something we don't actually have time or energy for, we're saying no to ourselves, to our priorities, our rest, our sanity. The truth is, your time is precious, and protecting it isn't selfish. It's necessary. So start with small, kind no's. Say, I'd love to, but I have to pass this time. Or, that sounds great, but I need to take care of something else right now. You don't owe anyone an explanation, and you certainly don't owe everyone your time. Setting boundaries isn't about shutting people out. It's about making space for what truly matters. Now that we're clearing space in our lives, let's talk about how to use that space with intention. The next powerful habit is something I call the one thing focus. It's so easy to fall into the trap of multitasking, answering emails while eating lunch, checking your phone while trying to have a conversation, switching between tasks every 5 minutes. But here's the thing, multitasking doesn't make you more productive. It just makes everything take longer. Instead, try this. Choose one task. Just one. Set a timer for 20 or 30 minutes and give it your full attention. No distractions, no switching. You'll be amazed at how much you can actually get done when your brain isn't jumping all over the place. And beyond the productivity boost, you'll feel calmer, more present, less scattered. It's like a mini reset for your day. And while we're on the topic of feeling more in control, let me just pause for a moment and say this. If you truly believe that God gives us the strength to care for the body He blessed us with, and you believe in the power of helping others, then go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and give this video a big thumbs up. When you do, you're not just supporting this channel, you're spreading hope and health to countless others who might be feeling weak, lonely, or unsure where to start. Your simple click could be the reason someone else finds the strength to take control of their health today. Now, isn't that a beautiful way to make a difference? All right, now that we've covered how to start protecting your time and focusing your energy with intention, let's move on to the next powerful shift that will help you stay in control and feel more at peace with your day. Let's keep going, because the next shift is all about creating rhythm in your day. And trust me, this one can be a game changer. Most of us wake up, check our phones, and immediately dive into whatever screams the loudest. But that kind of reactive routine puts you on the back foot from the moment you open your eyes. Instead, what if you started your day on your terms? Establishing a simple morning routine can create a huge sense of stability, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes. I'm not talking about some elaborate ritual with meditation, journaling, and a green smoothie, unless that's your thing. It can be as simple as drinking a glass of water, sitting quietly, stretching your body, or even just taking a few deep breaths before checking your phone. The point is, you begin the day by grounding yourself, instead of letting the outside world hijack your focus. That little act of intentionality first thing in the morning sets the tone. It reminds you that you're in charge of your day. Not your inbox, not the news, not that never-ending to-do list. You. And when you feel in charge, everything else becomes easier to manage. Now, once your day starts rolling, it's easy to fall back into old habits. That's where the next strategy comes in. Planning with purpose. Not just scribbling a bunch of things down on a list and hoping for the best, but actually taking a few moments, ideally the night before, to decide what matters most tomorrow. What are your top 2 or 3 priorities? Not 10. Not everything. Just 2 or 3 things that, if completed, would make you feel like the day was a win. When you wake up already knowing what you're aiming for, it takes away that foggy, overwhelmed feeling. It keeps you from spending half the day reacting to whatever pops up and helps you stay aligned with your goals. And no, your priorities don't always have to be productive. Sometimes, resting is the priority. Sometimes it's calling your sister back or showing up for your kid's game. Purpose isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters. And speaking of what matters, let's talk about time leaks. You know, those little pockets of your day that just disappear without a trace. You sit down to check one email and end up scrolling social media for 20 minutes. You turn on the TV for background noise, and before you know it, an hour's gone. We all do it. This isn't about guilt. It's just about noticing. So here's a helpful trick. Do a quick time audit. For just one day, jot down what you're doing every hour. Not to judge yourself, but to simply see where your time is going. Most people are shocked by how much slips away without them realizing it. Once you know where your time is leaking, you can patch those holes. Maybe that means turning off notifications. Maybe it means keeping your phone in another room while you work. Or maybe it means giving yourself a real break so you don't end up zoning out unintentionally. This isn't about being perfect. Life is full of distractions and interruptions. It's about being more aware so you can make intentional choices instead of default ones. And one more thing. Please remember, time management isn't about squeezing every second of your day until you're exhausted. It's about finding peace in the flow, creating space for what you value, saying yes to the life you actually want to live, not the one that's just happening to you. Next, we're going to explore how small mindset shifts can completely transform your relationship with time, even if nothing else in your schedule changes. So stay right here, because the next steps might just be the most powerful ones yet. All right, so now that you're starting to take control of your time with more intentional habits, let's talk about something just as important, how you think about time. Because here's the thing most people never realize. Time management isn't only about what's on your calendar, it's also about your mindset. One of the biggest mental traps we fall into is the idea that we don't have enough time. And yes, life gets hectic. But when you constantly tell yourself, I'm too busy, or there's never enough time, your brain starts to believe it. You get stuck in this loop of scarcity, where everything feels rushed and nothing feels good enough. So let's reframe that. Instead of focusing on what you don't have time for, try asking, what do I want to make time for? That small shift in language puts you back in the driver's seat. It reminds you that you have choice. You can't do everything, and that's okay. But you can choose what matters most and give yourself permission to let the rest go. And sometimes what you really need isn't another productivity hack. It's grace. Grace to be human, to rest, to not do it all. Especially if you're someone who always puts others first, who says yes a little too often, who fills every gap in their schedule until there's nothing left for themselves. You deserve time too. Time to recharge, to reflect, to breathe. So here's a practical thing you can do right now. Schedule white space into your week. Not every second has to be booked with something useful, Block off a half hour here and there where you don't plan anything. Just let that time be a gift, to rest, to walk, to sit outside, to simply be. That's not wasted time. That's soul time. And it's where some of your best ideas, calmest moments, and deepest peace will come from. And finally, maybe the most important piece of all, remind yourself that you're doing better than you think. So many people watching this are trying so hard. You're showing up, working hard, caring for others, and still trying to make time for growth. That's no small thing. You're not behind. You're not failing. You're learning. You're adjusting. You're finding your rhythm. And that's something to be proud of. Now, if something in this video spoke to you, if you found a little piece of hope or a practical tip you're excited to try, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Tell me what you're working on, what your biggest time challenge is, or what helps you stay grounded when life gets busy. Your story might be the one that encourages someone else who really needs it today. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. That one little action can help this message reach someone who's been silently struggling to keep it all together. Someone just like you. And who knows? You might be the reason they finally feel seen, understood, and empowered to take control of their time too. Thank you for spending this time with me. I know you could have been anywhere else right now, and I'm honored you chose to be here. Keep showing up. Keep choosing yourself. And remember, you don't have to do everything. You just have to do what matters. Here's to living your best life at any age, with purpose, peace, and plenty of time to enjoy the journey. You've got this.